Hi, my name is Suzi Schleimer,
Hi, my name is Anya Ovchinnikova.
and today we're going to be talking about the mitochondria.
What it is, how the mitochondria was discovered, and how the structure relates to the function.
So first, what are the mitochondria? The mitochondria are organelles floating freely in eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are cells that have a nucleus and are enclosed within a membrane. Initially, however, the mitochondria were independent from cells, but now they live in symbiosis with the eukaryotes, providing energy that is vital in powering the cell. The term mitochondria is derived from the Greek mitos, or thread, and chondrion, or grain. Mitochondria is responsible for cellular respiration, which is a complex system of metabolic reactions that creates usable energy. This is why the mitochondria are referred to as the powerhouse of the cell.
In 1890, Richard Altman discovered the mitochondria. At first, scientists believed in the endosymbiotic theory, which is that eukaryotic cells surrounded non-photosynthetic oxygen-using prokaryotic cells. Later in the evolution of mitochondria, it became known that mitochondria was actually enclosed inside the eukaryotic cell, and they are a single organism. Now we realize that mitochondria is a very important part of the cell, since it converts energy to forms that cells can use for work. It is also very independent. It can move around, change shape, grow, and reproduce within the cell. There can only be one mitochondria, or several hundreds. It just depends on the metabolic activity of the cell. The more active the cell is, the more mitochondria it has. Mitochondria also have very large surface areas, which help boost the organelle's productivity. A mitochondria consists of an inner and an outer membrane, each a phospholipid bilayer with embedded proteins. The outer membrane is smooth. The inner membrane has foldings that are scientifically known as cristae. The inner membrane divides the mitochondria into two internal compartments, the intermembrane space and the mitochondrial matrix. The inner membrane space is located in between the outer and the inner membranes, separating the two. And the mitochondrial matrix contains enzymes, ribosomes, and mitochondrial DNA. The enzymes within the matrix are crucial for cellular respiration of the cell. Mitochondria also contains its own DNA, which is different from the DNA that is in the nucleus of the same cell. This DNA, floating inside the matrix, synthesizes the proteins and enzymes from the ribosomes found inside to help mitochondria function well.
The main function of the mitochondria involves a process called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration uses oxygen to break down carbohydrates and fatty acids into energy. The mitochondria convert the energy and create ATP that is usable for work in other organelles within the cell. The amount of mitochondria in a cell is dependent on the cell's need for energy. Some cells, such as muscle cells, need many mitochondria for energy production, while others, such as neurons, don't need as many. Additionally, mitochondria can combine, grow, or more can be created depending on the needs of the cell. The structure of the mitochondria is perfectly adapted to maximize the productivity of the organelle's function. The transport proteins in the outer membrane allow for the passage of pyruvate from the cytosol. The electron transport chain and the ATP synthase complex of the inner membrane is used for oxidative phosphorylation, which is the metabolic pathway in which nutrients are oxidized. The cristae increases the surface area, and the intermembrane space allows for quicker proton accumulation in the mitochondria. And finally, the enzymes and the pH level in the matrix allows for the occurrence of the Krebs cycle. Overall, the structure of the mitochondria is very important for the function. In conclusion, due to the production of energy in the mitochondria, the organelle is one of the most important components in the cell. Thank you so much for watching.